Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Before we get started on the episode, just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel, pushing to 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys do enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. So there's a lot of noise, obviously, with the trade deadline coming to a close tomorrow. And so there has been new rumors out there that the Miami Heat are checking in on acquiring Kevin Durant. So this is from Ethan from the 5 Reasons Sports Network came out with a video saying that the Miami Heat are interested in possibly acquiring Kevin Durant. That means they would probably have to trade Jimmy Butler to the Phoenix Suns, plus another piece to match the salaries to acquire Kevin Durant. So there's been a lot of noise around Kevin Durant possibly returning to the Warriors. And the reason for that right now is because Bradley Beal is untradeable. The Phoenix Suns have tried searching to trade Bradley Beal to any team. They've had a conversation basically with every single NBA team, and no one is willing to budge. Bradley Beal has basically came out saying that he has no plans of waiving his no trade clause. So there's that dilemma there. So this means that Kevin Durant might have asked for a trade secretly behind closed doors because they're not able to move Bradley Beal and get Jimmy Butler, because the whole idea was to pair Jimmy Butler with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. That doesn't seem possible now. So it looks like the Phoenix Suns might have to trade Kevin Durant. And so right now, the possibility of him going to the Miami Heat doesn't seem likely, in my opinion. The Miami Heat have been infatuated with Kevin Durant for years. We have missed out on Kevin Durant initially when Kevin Durant went to the Suns. The two options were whose two destinations were the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns. We just didn't have the assets or the capital to get him. And so that might be the case now because the Warriors do want Kevin Durant. They want to reunite him with Steph Curry, and they have better packages that they can offer. They have more draft picks. Number one, they have Kuminga if they want to throw him in there. They have Draymond Green, who the Phoenix Suns would like as well. They also have Andrew Wiggins, who's 29 and on a friendlier contract. So who knows what can happen, but Jimmy Butler to the Phoenix Suns is possible. And let me show you a clip from Brian Windhorst on ESPN bringing this up and the possibility of where Jimmy Butler can go and where Kevin Durant can go as well.
Deadline is here. They have no Brad Beal trade. They are 25 and 24. They have a very aggressive owner, okay? And so now they are examining, this team isn't working. We can't trade Beal. What are we going to do? Durant has 1 year on his contract. So they have now begun entertaining, should we trade Kevin Durant? And they have begun those discussions across the league. Now I'd like to shift you to the Bay. 25 and 24, veteran team, underachieving, difficult time trading for a star. They've been looking for a year for a star, looking for LeBron, for Paul George, for Markin, and all these things. Very aggressive owner who can't stand this. Here, I am describing to you how this began. And so now we have the Warriors and Suns discussing the possibility of bringing Kevin Durant back, okay? I am not going to sit here and even begin to project or guess as to how this may go down. Is it possible that Kevin Durant could be traded to the Warriors? Yes. Will it happen? I'm not afraid to say I don't know. This is potentially a 3, 4, 5 team transaction. It could involve like a dozen other players because that's the nature of the way NBA trades. It could involve Jimmy Butler because it is possible, guys, that the Suns can acquire Jimmy Butler, but not for Brad Beal, but for Kevin Durant. And so that after a month of trying to pair them together, they could end up in an elaborate way being traded for each other. But I got to tell you, as you can hear as I describe this, it sounds complicated. It is. So I do not want to imply that anything's going to happen. And I have no idea how you go back on this if it doesn't work, because now the world does know that the Warriors are trying to get KD back and repair him with Steph Curry. The only things I can tell you that I can say for sure is that tomorrow afternoon, Devin Booker will be on the Suns because I think that's the only guarantee, and Steph Curry will be on the Warriors. After that, I can't promise you anything.
So I think it's interesting. So even Windhorst is saying that Jimmy Butler could end up on the Suns, but for Kevin Durant. And I'm hoping he means they swap Kevin Durant for Jimmy Butler, and the Miami Heat acquire Kevin Durant, who is still balling at age 36. He's averaging 27 points per game. He's averaging 6 rebounds, 4 assists, almost 1 steal, 1.3 blocks, shooting 40% from three. He's still amazing. He'd be a great fit next to Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Khalil Ware. That would be huge. But Windhorst could also mean, because you mentioned there's possibility of the Warriors getting Kevin Durant, 3-team, 4-team, 5-team deal, that yes, Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant are part of that 3-team or 4-team blockbuster as the main pieces, as the superstar, the former superstar in Jimmy Butler or all-star in Jimmy Butler. But that doesn't mean necessarily the Heat will get Jimmy Butler. It could be Jimmy Butler going to the Suns for Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant gets rerouted to the Warriors. And there's been rumors that the Miami Heat would get then most likely a package centered around Kuminga and some other players and maybe a first round pick. So that could be Gary Payton Jr., Kuminga, maybe Dennis Schroeder and a first round pick, and then Jimmy Butler to the Suns, Kevin Durant to the Warriors, or which I would rather have would be just Kevin Durant for Jimmy Butler, if that's a possibility. We shall see. I was looking online though and saw that Eddie Gonzalez, who's also really good friends with Kevin Durant, just posted an hour ago a picture of Kevin Durant wearing a Miami Heat uniform. So I think he's probably trolling and he's trying to rile up some Miami Heat fans. But if the Miami Heat can pull off a trade getting Kevin Durant, that's huge. If the Miami Heat even get Jimmy Butler to the Suns for Kevin Durant to the Warriors, and we could still get Wiggins, draft capital, Gary Payton Jr., who would fit in with the Miami Heat's culture as a defensive player. Same with Wiggins, and he's also playing really well offensively, shooting over 40% from three. I would take that package over a lot of other package for the Miami Heat. I think Wiggins playing next to Bam, Khalil Ware, and Tyler Hero also would be a really good fit. And then also having Gary Payton Jr. off the bench. Also, Dennis Schroeder coming in, taking the minutes from Terry Rozier, who's also been terrible this season. We need a point guard. He's someone who could score as well. I think that would fit. So we'll see what happens. It's a fluid situation. Anything can happen, but this Kevin Durant noise is real. Jimmy Butler still wants the Suns, basically, and this could be his way to get there without having to deal with Bradley Beal.